Okay, so we have solved the bottom row of our cube. The next step is what I think is the trickiest step. It can get a little bit confusing, but what we're going to do next is we're going to solve these edges, which will then have our whole second row also solved. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by looking at the top. So these edges, these are both pieces that have two sides. So we're going to look up here and we're going to find if there's any of these edge pieces that do not have yellow. Why? Because if it has yellow on one of these sides, we know it's going to be on this top row because this side up here, this edge is going to be yellow. So if it has yellow like this one, we know that's going to be on the top row, and it's never going to be down here on the second row because we're never going to have a yellow down here on the second row. So this one has yellow, we don't want it. This one has yellow, we don't want it. All right, here's one that we want, red and blue. So where is this going to be when it's solved? It's going to have to be here between the red and blue sides. So the first thing that we're going to do for this step is we're going to put it into position. So this red blue, we're going to rotate the top until it matches up. These colors match. So now what we want is we want this piece here to drop to the left so that the red will match and the blue will be here on the blue side. So once we have this in position, it's going to be 4 steps to get it there. It's going to be a rotation of the top. It's going to be one of the algorithms, either the right or the left. Then it's going to be a turning of the whole cube. And then it's going to be the other algorithm that we didn't do, step 2. So it's going to be a twisting, an algorithm, a turning, and an algorithm. That's going to be the 4 steps we do each time to get one of these down where we want it to be. So we want this to drop down to the left. So for step 1, when we turn it, we're going to turn it away from where we want it to go. So we want it to drop down to the left, so we're going to turn it away to the right. Okay? Step 2, an algorithm. Well, we wanted it to drop down to the left, so we're going to do a left algorithm. Okay? Now, we wanted it to drop down to the left, so we're going to turn the whole cube to the left. And then the last is another algorithm, whatever we didn't do the last time, so we did a left, so now we're going to do a right. Okay? Now, that blue-red is in place between the blue and the red. Okay? Okay, so let's find another one. This has a yellow, we don't want it. This has a yellow, we don't want it. This has a yellow, we don't want it. Here's one, orange and blue. So we're going to get it in position where we're going to match up the orange. Okay? Now, where do we want it to go? This time, we want it to drop to the right. Because this is the blue side, we want orange and blue to be here. Okay, so now that it's in position, 4 steps. A twisting, an algorithm, a turning, and an algorithm. So, step 1 of twisting. We want it to drop to the right, so we're going to twist it away from where we want it to go. Now, we wanted it to go down to the right. So we're going to do a right algorithm. We wanted it to go to the right, so we're going to take the whole cube and turn it to the right. And then we're going to do a left algorithm because that's what we did not do the first time. Now our orange-blue is where we want it to be. Okay? We've got two more edges to do that way. Okay? Let's find one. Well, that's got yellow. We don't want that. Here's one, green and red. Okay, so first we're going to get it in position above the green. Okay, so we have our 4 steps: a twisting, an algorithm, a turning, and an algorithm. So we want this green red to fall down to the left. Down to the left, because this is our red side. So our green red, we want it to be here. Okay, we want it to go down. We want it to go down to the left. So first, we're going to twist it away from where we want it to go. Okay, we had wanted it to go down to the left. So now we're going to do a left algorithm. We had wanted it to go down to the left, so we're going to take the whole cube and turn it to the left. Now, we're going to do a right algorithm because that's the one that we didn't do before. And now, I can't remember which one we did. I think it was this one, orange, blue. Now it's in position. Nope, it was a red one. Red, green, maybe. Now it's in position. All right, so we only have one left. This one is solved. This one is solved. This one is solved. All we have left is this. So it should be a green, orange one. Okay? Well, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Here it is. So we are going to rotate this into position. Orange, green here. We want it to drop down to the left because this is the green side. Okay? So we're going to do a twisting, an algorithm, a turning, and an algorithm. Okay. So red, we want it to drop to the left. So first step is we rotate that away from where we want it to go. Okay. We wanted it to go to the left. So we're going to do a left algorithm. We wanted it to go to the left. So we're going to turn the whole cube to the left. And then we're going to do a right algorithm because that's the one that we didn't do before. And now it's in position. So now your second row is solved. So I find this one was very tricky for me when I learned it because first of all, you have to twist it away from where you want it to go. And then you have to remember, did I want it to drop to the left or to the right? Because that's the algorithm that you do first. And then that's the direction that you turn the whole cube. So you might have to watch this video a few times. You might get it right away. But for me, it was very, very tricky. So wherever you want it to go, you twist it away first. Then you do the algorithm of the side that you wanted it to go to. Then you turn the whole cube that direction. And then you do the opposite algorithm that you hadn't done before. Now, sometimes what happens is, let's see, I don't know if I can create this problem or not. But let's say I want to solve this corner and everyone up here has a yellow side. And the one that I want here is either already here but switched. So maybe the red is on this side and the green is on this side. Or maybe where I want it is over here on another corner. And I have none that I can use up here because they all have yellow on them. In that case, what you should do is wherever you need it to be, let's say this is where I want it to go, I'm going to do a right algorithm. Because what that is going to do is now take it from here up to here. It takes my corner out of place, but that's fine. We can go back. We can go back and fix that easily. So now this is what you need, and you can move it and do what you needed to with it just like before. And then go back and fix your corner, which you would do exactly the same way as you did before. You'd get it above where you wanted it to go, and you would do the right algorithm until it gets back into place. So, what I just said might be very confusing to you until you get into that situation. And again, I don't know how to create it. Let's see. Let me see if I can create it. Just a second. All right, let's say in example. let's say all of our pieces up here had yellow. We can't use any of those. We need this. We need this green orange to move here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a right algorithm to get it out from the side, and now it's to the top. Now I can solve that just like we did at the beginning. And what you will end up with is a middle row that is solved and a corner that is out of place. And you already know how to solve these bottom corners from the other step. You would just put the corner that you want above where you want it to go and do the right algorithm until it got into the right place. And then after that, you would have these two solved. So that's only going to apply if all of these up here, all 4 of these, have yellow on them and you have nothing to fix like we started this step with, if that makes sense. So that's the next one. And when you get done with that step, you will end up with a solved second row. And we will come back and do the rest after that. After that, you're almost done.